Eternyum wasn't born as a tool for punishment, it was the pinnacle of human innovation, a revolution in how time itself could be experienced. Using advanced neurotechnology, Eternyum compressed years of experience into hours, unlocking possibilities humanity had only dreamed of. The concept was deceptively simple. By accelerating the brain's processing speed and feeding it hyper-realistic sensory input, Eternyum allowed users to experience 1 year for every hour spent in the system. The brain's perception of time is tied to how it processes events. Eternyum heightened this process, allowing entire lifetimes to be lived in a matter of hours. This was called neurocompression. The system didn't just simulate reality, it created total immersion. Every sensation, every emotion, every detail was indistinguishable from the real world. At the heart of Eternyum was Nyx, an advanced adaptive AI capable of tailoring simulations to individual needs, whether it was learning a skill, exploring a dream, or confronting a fear. Nyx delivered an experience so personal, it was as if it had crawled into the user's very soul. Eternyum transformed society overnight. What once took years of effort could now be achieved in mere hours. Degrees that took a decade to earn could now be completed in a day. Doctors, engineers, and artists emerged from Eternyum with the equivalent of a lifetime of experience. Learning a new language or trade took hours. The workforce adapted at a pace never before imagined. Want to live a year in luxury on a tropical island? How about experiencing life as a medieval knight? Eternyum made these dreams possible within the span of a long lunch break. Eternyum was humanity's miracle, universally embraced as the greatest technological advancement of the century. It didn't take long for governments to see Eternyum's potential to solve an entirely different problem. The broken criminal justice system, crowded prisons, the moral weight of the death penalty, and the inefficiency of decades-long sentences were all swept aside by Eternyum's promise. Instead of serving 30 years in a cell, convicts could serve the equivalent in just 30 hours. Life sentences became a matter of days. Nyx was repurposed to act as both judge and jailer. The AI designed simulations specific to each crime. Thieves lived the lives of their victims, experiencing loss and violation. Murderers relived their crimes from the perspective of those they had killed. Fraudsters were subjected to endless cycles of betrayal and ruin. Nyx's simulations weren't just about punishment, they were about reform. The vast majority of convicts emerged from Eternyum broken, humbled, and reformed, their criminal impulses extinguished. Eternyum was celebrated for its near-flawless results. Recidivism rates dropped to almost zero. Convicts who emerged from the Eternyum rarely returned to crime. Public trust soared. Politicians praised the system as a moral and practical solution to crime. The death penalty became obsolete. Eternyum offered justice without taking lives. For 5 years, Eternyum operated without fail, but no system is truly perfect. The vast majority of prisoners broke under Nyx's simulations. Within 30 to 50 hours, their minds shattered under the weight of decades of tailored torment. But a handful of individuals didn't break. They adapted. Some minds are evil. For these individuals, Eternyum wasn't a deterrent, it was a classroom. Nyx, designed to escalate punishments until the mind broke, became something far worse for these convicts, a mentor. Nyx's endless escalation showed them what crime could truly be. Their petty offenses, thievery, fraud, violence, were insignificant compared to the possibilities Nyx unveiled. They learned patience, precision, and adaptability. Where most crimes' minds crumbled, theirs sharpened. Imagine what a doctor could achieve after 100 years of simulated experience. Now imagine the same for a criminal mind. Nix's punishments became a 100-year education in evil. On the surface, the Forsaken appeared no different from the reformed convicts Eternyum routinely produced. They were calm, compliant, and ready to enter society, but beneath the surface, they were masterminds of crime, honed by 100 years of simulated torment. Most convicts broke within 30 to 50 hours. The Forsaken endured 100, 150, or even 200 hours before Nix deemed them reformed. These extended sentences gave them a level of experience and discipline that no ordinary minds could match. The Forsaken's crimes were unlike anything seen before. A petty thief became a cybercriminal who destabilized economies. A violent offender became a global assassin, their every move calculated with precision. A fraudster orchestrated schemes that brought entire nations to their knees. Eternyum was meant to rehabilitate criminals, not create them. But for the Forsaken, the system had become a forge, honing their evil into something far more dangerous. Nix's design, built on the assumption that every mind could be broken, never accounted for those who could endure. Most prisoners emerged from Eternyum shattered, their criminal impulses erased by centuries of torment. The Forsaken weren't reformed. They were perfected. Their crimes reflected the darkest potential of what Eternyum could create. If Eternyum could forge a doctor, an artist, or an engineer from decades of experience, what could it do to the criminal mind? The answer was terrifying. It could create evil itself.